How did you meet the Pethericks? Did you work with Mick in the UK? You two seem to be such mates. What are your long-term goals for YouTube or for life in general?
Hi everybody, we've hit the 10,000 subscriber mark, so as promised we're going to do a Q&A for you. So I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank everybody. That's everyone that's just watched, liked, subscribed, supported me on Buy Me a Coffee. Yeah, you've made it possible. I wasn't sure I was going to get to this sort of level, but yeah, you've been really kind to me up till now, and I'll do my best to provide you with some good vlogs. Thank you for your continued support. Right, for this Q&A we are actually away on vacation, and with me on vacation is my beautiful daughter Jasmine and her boyfriend Jack. They both help me do the vlog. My daughter does the editing, Jack helps with the camera work, so these are the people behind the scenes normally, so you get a chance to see them, you know, in front of the camera this time.
Yep, so let's get into the questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so our first question is, how did you meet the Pethericks?
I met most of the Pethericks working on another chateau with Billy. I believe the first time I met Billy was at a vide grenier, which is like a yard sale. Yeah, I was stalled out selling some of my wares, and Billy and Gwendolyn came up, had a little chat, and we didn't know each other properly then, but later on we sort of joined up, and yeah, hit it off ever since really.
And when did you fall in love with copper, and why?
I think when I moved over here, it was about 14 years ago, started attending the vide greniers, Brockent shops and that, and I was just overwhelmed with the quality and the craftsmanship that went into these copper pieces. So yeah, that sort of triggered my interest. Started buying a few bits for myself, and then gained quite a few, and then I thought, oh, maybe I better start selling some of these. So yeah, I opened up an Etsy shop, and that was quite a few years ago now, and it's been gaining strength to strength. So yeah, I've still got a good collection for myself, but yeah, I do sell the odd piece, so yeah.
Okay, so next, Lynn Mendoza asks, what is your favourite comfort food?
Any food. I suppose going back to my childhood really, cottage pie, shepherd's pie, which is a meat-based dish topped with mashed potatoes and peas and carrots in there. The shepherd's pie is obviously the lamb, and the cottage pie is with beef, minced beef, so yeah, it's really, really tasty. Saying that, I haven't had it for quite some time, so that's just reminded me.
Thank you, Lynn. Laura Watkins asks, what are your long-term goals for YouTube or for life in general?
Good question. My long-term goals for YouTube, just to carry on vlogging. I've got lots of big projects coming up at home. I've got a few buildings that are in dire need of me to rescue them basically, so yeah, I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to rescue them, do some tutorials along the way, and just basically share a bit of knowledge that I've got, and hopefully it can help you do some projects at home as well. So the main aim with the vlog is to really get my property back on track again, because it needs a lot of work, and I'm not always there to do it. So the YouTube helps me focus on some of these projects, and yeah, it seems to work so far. Thank you, Laura.
So Sarah Toulon asks, how long have you been in France, and was your home run down? And did you do lots of renovation to it?
I've been in France 14 years now. We initially bought our first property in France as a holiday home. It was more like a ruin, if you like, with some tiles balanced on the top. But yeah, that was a complete renovation. Once that was done, we moved over here and lived in it for I think 5 years, 6 years. It soon became apparent that we was outgrowing it, so we started looking for a bigger property, which we found, and yeah, I'm just starting to renovate that one. So yeah, still got a long way to go, but there's a lot of potential there. We can do good things with this one.
So Marianne Spincher would like to know how you and your wife met, and how long have you been together?
I met my wife Sam just over 30 years ago. Both our parents had arranged blind dates. Yeah, it went well, and the rest is history.
So Sherry Sharp would like to know, why did you choose France?
Why did I choose France? Many reasons really. In England, the certain part that we was living in, just outside London, things were getting quite hectic and busy there. And it became apparent with 2 small children that I wanted to give them the sort of upbringing that I had back in the 70s, sort of more space to roam, a nice environment. Was impressed with the school in here. The university was free as well. I loved the properties. The antiques were a big bonus as well, because I've always been interested in antiques. And the lifestyle is much more laid back. Though we're always busy, there is certain parts that are a lot slower. So yeah.
That's true for rural France. In the city, it's quite a busy lifestyle.
Yeah.
But in Normandy, it's a very rural place. Yeah. You know, we grew up with a very slow sort of pace of life here, so yeah. Yeah,
we moved in France at the end of 2007, so yeah, it's 14 years. Yeah, just over 14 years.
Okay, so next Susan Bramble would like to know, how did you choose the area that you live in, and how will Brexit affect you as a British family living in France?
I picked this region of France, Normandy, for its proximity to the port. I've got family back in England which I like to visit. Lovely open countryside, not too many people close together. You can buy a reasonably priced property here. Yeah, and just be a bit closer to nature really. Yeah, so yeah, I enjoy that side of it.
And how will Brexit affect you as a British family living in France?
Still early days with that. I don't really know too much about how it's going to affect us. We've got our permanent residency cards now, so that was fairly simple, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. So you have to have those to be able to remain in France now.
Yeah.
And they last, I think, 10 years, so it's just going to be...
Yeah, a bit of a formality there, really.
Yeah, a case of getting a new piece of identity every 10 years.
Yeah. The rest we'll just have to wait and see. There may be some extra charges, maybe, we don't know, with importing goods and things like that.
So Marnie English would like to know, how many other buildings did you see before you decided this house was the one, and does your daughter live in France too? Yes, I do. I've always lived in France since my parents moved over here in 2007. And how many buildings did you see before?
Not too many, to be honest with you. I knew what I was looking for. The very first property that we bought here is a holiday home. I think it was literally the first page on the internet that I've come across. It was a lot of the properties in France, they're not photographed very well, but I could see its location and I just loved the look of it. It was completely covered with ivy. As soon as I see it, I said to Sam, that's the one for us, and I come out and as soon as I see it I bought it. So yeah, and it was pretty much the same with the second one. It wasn't too far from our first house, so it was easy to go and have a look at, and when we pulled up I went, yes please. So yeah, that was another quick choice. I knew what I was looking for, so yeah. Bought quite a few properties in the past in England, so yeah.
You always can smell the potential when
yeah, diamond in the rough.
Yeah. So Angela Parr would like to know, what is your favourite French dish?
French dish. They're all rather nice, to be honest with you, but I suppose depending on time of year, I love a quiche Lorraine, something as basic as that, in the summer with salad. In the winter I'd probably err towards a beef bourguignon with mashed potatoes. Lovely.
Good choice.
Yeah.
One Moonbeams World would like to know, where's your current favourite place in France to get away?
Since we've come on vacation, Biarritz has got to be well up there now, so yeah, we really enjoyed that. We went there yesterday, stunning place, really, really pretty. If you'd like to see us in Biarritz, then there's an up and coming vlog where you can see us wine and dining.
Okay, Rick Myers would like to know about your past working experiences and your relationship with the Pevicks.
Okay, past work experiences. Most of my career I've been self-employed, working as a contractor on lots of construction jobs, various apprenticeships, carpentry, always mainly worked with skilled people, so picked a lot of the knowledge up working next to them, which is often the best way. Lots of house renovations I've done, or too many to mention really. Probably at least 10 of my own, sort of start to finish projects. So
we've moved around a lot.
Yeah, a lot of moving around, but yeah, I think I'm staying put right now. I've got the nice location and quite a few buildings to keep me busy for the next 10 years at least. So yeah, my relationship with the Pevricks, just very good friends. We're not related or anything like that. We've got a lot of mutual interests. But yeah, just a great family. They've really given me a boost with me YouTube channel. I couldn't have done it without them. So thank you, the family Pevricks, for giving me all the help. And yeah, just enjoy continuing working with them.
So Christine Wilkinson says, I was wondering if you could talk more about your experience with antiques. I think I've heard you mention you used to be a dealer. Love your shop on Etsy.
Thank you very much, Christine. Yeah, for a little while we had a little antique shop in England where we'd go to auction, buy big box lots, go through the bits and pieces, and yeah, sell them in our shop. I've always been interested in handcrafted quality items, so that was the sort of draw there. Some of our previous houses in England, we bought a 1930s house. So we spent a lot of time sourcing 1930s Art Deco objects, so that really got the ball rolling. And yeah, it's just the quality that you can get is yeah, still impresses me now. So yeah.
So our next question is from Amanda Elliott, who asks, whereabouts are you from in the UK? Somewhere in Essex or the home counties, I think.
Was it my accent that gave it away? It's just outside London, the bottom part of Essex.
South Essex.
South Essex, yeah. And what a great place it is, Essex. Lovely people.
So Kyland asks, did you work with Mick in the UK? You two seem to be such mates.
No, unfortunately, we didn't work in the UK. We'd have got on really well if we did. We do now. You know, I love working with Mick. He's a great guy. We both share lots of the same interests, and yeah, he's very talented as well. So, yeah.
Okay, next up we've got Lauren0499 who asks, do you have a job on the side? If yes, what is it?
Yes, I do have another part-time job. It's buying antiques, and they're mainly copper. I go on various road trips with Billy and Ryan sometimes, which you can see on the other vlogs. Yeah, and I've got an online shop as well. It's French Antique Salvage. The link will be in the description. So yeah, drop in there and have a look. See if there's any pieces you like.
Thank you, Lawrence. So the Adventures of Sandyland commented, do you keep all of your copper or do you sell it?
I keep as much as I can without overflowing the house too much. Running out of room really. No, but I do sell quite a lot of my copper on my online shop. I've probably keep about half of it at the moment actually. But yeah, I'm gradually selling it off. But I'm also buying more than I'm selling at the moment, so yeah, I'm filling up again. Another extension. Okay,
next question. Melody Becker would like to know, if asked, would you look for certain items requested from us viewers in America?
Yes, I would, yeah. If there's any particular items you'd like me to find for you, you could always leave a comment in my Etsy shop. That way it'd be more direct if you messaged me through Etsy.
Next, Sharon Farris says, do you have any pets?
No pets at the moment. We have had a cat and a dog and chickens and various other pets, guinea pigs and that, but sadly they've all passed away. We've come to a point now where we're really rather busy, so I don't think it'd be fair to have any pets at the moment. So
Brandy Spry, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, says, do you have any grandkids? No, he doesn't. Not yet.
No.
And what is your favourite meal?
I like almost all foods, to be honest with you.
Anything that Mum cooks?
Yeah, anything that Sam cooks really, yeah.
Laurie Newman says, how many acres do you live on?
It's not a big plot, it's quite a modest plot, 1 acre. It is actually set in probably 30 plus acres of organic pastures, orchards.
Farm?
Yeah, there's
cows
a
around
farm, yeah. So yeah, it's a lovely setting. We're unoverlooked. We're just on one side of a really big hill, if you like, so we're partly sheltered. So yeah, we really find it nice there, nice and tranquil.
Abby Ongunsanya, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, says, How long have you been living in France? We've already answered that. And what do you love most about it?
Living in France, once again, the pace of life is a lot slower, but the big plus for me is the amount of antiques that are still here, which is a real bonus.
Okay, next up we have Helen Lurie, who asks, how long have you been staying in France, and did your daughter or children attend school there? If so, is there somewhere close by an English school? I assume they are few and far in between. When we came to France, we went to a French school immediately. I was 9, my brother was 8.
We thought we was going to open kind of day there, didn't we? And they said, oh, you can start tomorrow.
Yep.
I still remember the look on their face.
Yep.
And mine.
Very scary. So yes, we were in primary school, which was elementary school, and we've been in the French education system ever since. There was no tailored schools for English people. It was really, you know, jumping at the deep end, and that's the best way to learn French, I find. If you're just sort of, you have no choice and you had to, you know,
sink or swim.
Exactly. I remember on my first day of school, there was a lot of children around me and they were all telling me things in French and asking me questions, and I had no idea what they were saying. That they really does stick in my memory a lot. But yeah, we're both bilingual now, and we've been bilingual for a long time now. French people don't actually know that I'm English when I speak to them, so that's cool.
She's got a degree and studying masters, so
yeah, I've been all the way up to university. I did a bachelor's degree. So I did 3 years at uni, and I'm currently doing my master's degree. So next question we have Beckia, who asks, are you jealous of Billy's growing copper collection?
Yes, I'm very jealous and very concerned. He's buying a lot of good bits up. He's got a good eye for it, so yeah, I appreciate his collection. They're under lock and key, so.
So Cindy Fleer says, I've cleaned some copper pieces I have, but how do I get them to really shine?
Right, it really depends on the product you're using. To get them really shiny, you're going to need a big pot of elbow grease. Now you're going to need to use the right product really. It depends on what area, to what's available to you, but often it's down to using the correct product.
I think you get a local product, don't you? You can't buy online.
Yeah, I source a local product from a family-run business that isn't available online. That's one of the products I use. Professionally, we use a buffing wheel, like a compound soap on it, what they call a soap, and it gets them really shiny. But yeah, there's quite a few copper products out there that you can get the shine back up on it. But a bit of experimentation, I think, see what's available.
Okay, next up we have a question from TWROC96, and they say, when did you and your family move to France and why? We've already done that. Has Brexit caused you and your family any problems living in France? Or does owning a property give you automatic residency? It does not.
No, owning a property doesn't give you automatic residency. However, it was fairly straightforward. We was already in the system, so it was just a formality really.
We had until the 1st of July to apply for the residency card. So if there's any expats out there that haven't done it, it's too late. I'm not sure how to help you. But yeah, that's something that you have to do in order to be able to stay in France as a Brit officially.
Very simple to do.
Very simple. It takes 1 or 2 months to receive your card. Next up we have a question from Sam Scarborough, who says, how did you come by all your carpentry skills? How old is your home?
My carpentry skills probably started at school. I was very interested in carpentry at school. When I left school I started an apprenticeship, and all the way through my career really been involved with wood, so I think if you're drawn to something naturally, you enjoy it, you excel at it really. So yeah, I've always loved wood, so yeah.
You've got a knack for it.
Thank you.
And how old is your home?
My home is roughly about 200 years old. It's built in several different parts, so some may be 300 plus years old, so yeah, it's quite hard to date them. It's the construction, sometimes you can tell, but yeah, I'd say between 200 and 300 years old.
Okay, next up we've got Jodie Mayer, who says, everyone needs a Sean in their life. How did you develop all your skills? From experience, trade school, college, family? When did you start collecting copper? As a child, what was your favourite hobby or activity? So the first one was, how did you develop all of your skills?
I think you've pretty much covered it all. A mixture of college courses, apprenticeships, working with skilled people, hands-on really, so yeah, just get in there and do it, have a go. Shortly after I arrived in France I started collecting copper, so yeah, coming up to about 14 years, and it's gathered pace more so in the last 10 years I'd say, so yeah. Getting harder to find now though. Other people are cottoning onto it, they've probably seen me vlogs.
As a child, what was your favourite hobby or activity?
Just going out and playing with our friends really. Just having a good time and yeah, just being out there really.
So next up we've got Susan Collado, who says, will you have continuous work at the chateau for many years to come?
Hopefully, yes. If Billy doesn't sack me. No, we've got a good working relationship there, so yeah, there's quite a few projects ongoing, so yeah, I think I've got quite a few years there.
So Sindland would like to know, I want to know if you've always been this chill, or is it your chateau lifestyle that caused it? If so, I need to convince my husband to move to the French countryside with me for our retirement.
Yeah, I don't own a chateau, I just work there, but yeah, it's a nice environment to work in. The family helps, obviously, a lovely family. Yeah, it comes with its challenges, France. It's not all roses, but well worth doing.
He has always been quite laid back, so I think it's mainly just how you are, really, your disposition. Yeah, thank you, Sindland. Mary G says, do you work for any other British chateau owners?
I do not. No, I'm perfectly happy working for the Pevericks at their chateau, Le Baminier. Yeah. It's the best one. Sorry.
You used to. Not anymore. Caitlin KVN says, are the Pevericks your family?
No, the Pevericks not my family. They've took me in and treated and fed me like I'm one of their family, but no, we're just good friends.
And what are the pros and cons of living in France?
The pros, let's say, quite a lot of varied properties, affordable properties, loads of antiques everywhere, good food, quality of life is a lot better, I feel. The downside to that, I would say for me, the language, and also being away from my family in England.
Yeah, I'd say the biggest con is not being near family. Although a small amount of our family are living in France, and you know, it's quite tough, and especially with COVID and Brexit and things like that, it hasn't made it easier for us to go back and forth.
Yeah.
So Monica Teeling says, how's your oak frame barn coming along?
At the moment, being I'm on vacation, very slowly. But when I get back, there'll be another vlog coming out about the progress on that. My next stage of work on the oak frame barn will be putting the roof on. So follow the vlog and you'll see me do that. Might have a little twist at the end of that as well. Right, that wraps up the Q&A for today.
Yep, and I'd just like to take a quick moment to thank everyone that's bought me a coffee on my Buy Me Coffee page as well. That's really, really nice of you. Thank you so much.
She does a very good job, I think you'll agree. Those of you that would like to show your appreciation, you could always head on over to Buy Me a Coffee and buy her a coffee.
Thank you. Thanks, Dad.
That's right, you deserve it, dear. So yeah, thanks for all your support, and all those people that have bought me a coffee. It just keeps the wheels turning, so it's much appreciated. So that wraps it up, and thanks again for everything, and we'll see you in some more vlogs.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
That's a wrap for now, and we're going to go and get something. I'm so hungry I'm eating my own teeth.
Thanks, terrible.
It's kind of a job, part of a hobby really. It's a bit of my passion.
maybe reword that.
Okay.
So Paris07 says, how are you staying in France post-Brexit? I'm assuming that you haven't... How are you staying in France post-Brexit? I'm presuming that you haven't given up your British citizenship.
Citizen.
You say it.
Citizen.
British citizen. Now I can't say it. Citizens. Can't even say it now.
It's too hard.
Citizen.
British
Citizen. Citizenship.
I'll just say citizenship. How are you staying in France post-Brexit? No, it's gonna be fine.
Don't read it to camera, just read it out. Read out loud. Read out. What's the question? What's the next question to me? What is it?
Don't look at me. It's you looking at me that's making me laugh.
Oh, I'll go in.
Don't use the word citizenship. Do something else then.
How are you staying in France post-Brexit? I'm presuming that you haven't given up your Okay, last try. I'm going to get this right this time. How are you staying in France post-Brexit? I'm presuming that you haven't given up your British citizenship. We'll skip that one.